Hello, welcome to Around the House with Kay and Tom. And today, we'll cook my version of some beef stroganoff here. Now, a lot of people like to use that cube chuck or whatever you want to call it for stew beef, you know. And today we're going to use this ground beef here. Now, you can use either one you want, you know. Just I've got this on hand that needs to be cooked, so that's all I'm going to use. And I've got these white egg noodles here, but now these are only 8-ounce bags, so I'm going to use 2 of them. I'm going to use a pound of these egg noodles here. I'm going to use some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to use, don't have any fresh mushrooms, so I'm going to use these Giorgio mushrooms. These are good mushrooms if you like canned mushrooms. I've got this onion here we're going to use. We'll use this Philadelphia cream cheese. This is 8 ounces. Yeah, 8 ounces. We'll use that. And we'll use this. I can't better than bouillon. I started to say I can't believe it's not butter, but this is better than bouillon, and it is better than bouillon, and it is cheaper than beef broth. So if you want to save you some money, you know, that's the way to go with it. And so now let's get started with all this. Now, first thing we're going to do, we'll put about 2 teaspoons of olive oil down in this bottom of this Ninja Foodie Deluxe here. And then we're going to take this pound of ground beef right here and put right down in there. Okay, now we'll come over here and turn on the power. And then we're going to take our selector knob and put it over here on sear saute. And it's going to be on high. And we're just going to push the start button there and let it start warming up. Now, in the meantime, while that's starting to warm up, I'm going to come over here and chop this onion up. Now, you see a lot of people do this. And as far as I know, there's no real wrong way to do it, but a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but some people like to dice it up. Some people just chop it up. You know, that's about what I do. First of all, I'm going to just cut the ends off of these things here, a little bit more than that. Like that. And I'll put this paper towel down here just to take care of the trash, and that way I can just roll it up and get rid of all the trash at one time off of it. Now we'll go ahead and finish peeling it, and when I do, I'll be back. Okay, I've got it peeled. I'm just going to chop it up. There's no special way to do this, and like I said, you can dice it, you can chop it, you can do about anything you want to it, because really the way these onions are, they cook up anyway when you put them down in something like this, and we're going to be pressure cooking them anyway, so it don't really matter. Now, a lot of people only use half an onion in something like this, but I sort of like onions, so I like to use a whole onion. And after all, this is only a medium onion, you know, so cut up like that. Now, I don't know if you can hear it or not, that ground beef is starting to sizzle down in that pot, and I'm fixing to start breaking it up. Alright. Now I just went ahead and dumped all those onions right on down in there, and they're starting, all of it starting to brown up and cook up together here. That's what I want to do. So that's looking pretty good right there. Okay, now I drained this can of mushrooms here, so I'm going to put those mushrooms down in there now. Okay, now this is sizzling right away. And all the ground beef is brown. And the onions are starting to cook up here. And so I'm going to turn the power off on it right here. And I've got me some water over here in the microwave. I've got 3 cups of water here, and it's hot because I want to mix some of this better than bouillon in it. And now it says make sure your water is good and hot when you mix it in there. So, and I know this is not exactly 3 tablespoons, but I know about how much I want to do in there. So, and I'm getting low on this stuff. I'm gonna have to get some more pretty quick. I get this particular jar here at Costco's, but I'm sure you can order it on Amazon too. This is a 16-ounce jar here. I like that. The only thing I don't like about them, after you open them, you gotta put them in the refrigerator, you know. Take more room out of your refrigerator. Okay, now, while this is dissolving up, and if your water is not hot, it won't dissolve up. It's just go away there in a clump, you know. So you have to make sure your water is almost boiling, if not boiling. Even if your water is boiling, it's even better. So, and something else I forgot here. I gotta dump some of this Worcestershire sauce down in there. I will get out my spoon to measure that for some reason or another, because I want it to be a tablespoon as close as I can get it. So, just take it over here and put me a tablespoonful in there. Now I've seen people put 2 tablespoons in there before, but you know, you don't want to overpower it with something, and the Worcestershire sauce is pretty tough anyhow. So anyway, that looks like this is all mixed up pretty good. Yep. So now we're going to come over here. We're going to pour this right down the Ninja Foodi Deluxe. Yeah, now it's starting to look like a plan coming together. We'll actually scrape some of that out of there. Just like that. Leave it sitting there like that for a second. Now I'm going to put a little black pepper in there. Not a lot, because everybody don't like a lot of black pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there. You don't want to put a whole lot of salt in there because that Worcestershire sauce is full of salt. Now I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of flour in it. Just sprinkle it around in there the best you can. Just like that. I'm going to stir this up pretty good again. Alright. Starting to look good, boys and girls. Now I want to get the pressure lid out. I'll put it on here, line up your arrows in the front, of course. Turn it clockwise until it locks into position. Put your seal back here to seal and not vent. Come on down here and turn on the power. Go over here and put it on pressure. Right there. We're going to leave it on high. Now the 10 minutes, we don't want 10 minutes, so we're going to hit the time on it. And we're going to run it all the way down to 4 minutes and we'll hit start. Now I'm going to see just how long it's going to take for this thing to come up to pressure here, because you know we've been we've been having it on saute sear down here, so it should be warm a little bit. So we'll see you in a second. I'll keep track of time for you. Okay, and there it popped up. It took it 5 minutes exactly to pop up. That's not bad, you know. So now you know it's going to keep on following these little lights around for a couple of minutes, and then it'll start counting down our time. Okay, now it took it another 2 minutes from the time the button come up to the time it started counting down. So now we'll be back in about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Well, you got a chance, if you can, join our channel and give us a thumbs up. We sure appreciate it. Thank you very much to all you folks that watch our videos. It sure does mean a lot to us. If you get a chance, check out our links down below. You might see something down there you like. So we'll be back. Okay, now let's come to the end of that cook here, and so we'll go ahead and hit the vent. There it goes. And so we'll be back when it finishes. Okay, now the pin just dropped on that. It took 5.5 minutes there, so we'll go turn it counterclockwise, pick it up away from your face, you know the drill, and turn it upside down like this right here. And then come over here to your sink and turn it back right side up and let it drain the water out of it. And that's looking pretty good down in there. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Just about perfect. Alright. Now we've got this 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese we're going to dump down in there. Make a big splash here. Let me stir that around just a little bit. Help it start getting broke up. Now I've let this set out, and it was pretty close to room temperature anyway. So it's going to break up in there pretty easy. Dissolve. Right now, get these white egg noodles here, throw them in there. I don't know how I wound up such a small bag. This other one, dump it right down in there with it. Don't get them all over the counter. Just like that. And now we'll have to put me just a little bit more better than bouillon down there. I want to put another probably 2 cups. So let me get that ready and I'll be back. Okay, now I've got me 2 more cups of this better than bouillon here, and we'll pour right down in here on top of this. And that's going to be just about perfect, I do believe. I'm going to push this around a little bit. Oh yeah, it's coming right to the top of the noodles here. Right now, I'm going to take the pressure lid and put it back on here, and I'll give you a hint. When you're doing it like this and putting it back on pretty quick, run you a little bit of cold water, or not cold water, but tap water in here, sort of cool it down a little bit, help that pin keep from trying to pop up when you first put it on. So we'll put it back on here, line your arrows up, turn it clockwise until it stops. Make sure your valve is set to seal and not vent. And come over here and turn on your power. Leave it on pressure right here on high. And on your time down here, we're going to run it on down to 4 more minutes, and then we'll go hit the start button. Okay, now that really shouldn't take that long for it to get up to pressure this time. So I'll let you know. Okay, and there it goes again. Now let's talk about the same amount of time both times. I'll just leave a total cook time down below in the description. And that way you can know how to plan it and everything, you know. So we'll be back when this counts down. Okay, now it's finished out of the 4-minute cooking, so we're going to give it about a 5-minute rest here before I release that valve back there. And we'll go see what we got in this pot. I hope it's something good to eat because it's about lunchtime and I'm getting hungry. So we'll be back in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, now it's just been a little over 5.5 minutes here, so we'll go ahead and hit the vent. Let it come on out. Now it shouldn't take too long for it to come out this time. Okay, now the pan just dropped. It took about another 6 minutes for it to finish draining. And just like before, you turn it counterclockwise, up and away from your face. That's looking pretty good down there. Get you over here so you can see more. Call you see more. Now let's try to turn this up. Oh, that's looking good, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I don't know if y'all can see down in there good or not, but that sure does look good. Now, let's get us out some here. Okay, now this is getting just a little stiff as it dries. I mean, not as it cools. So I'm gonna put just a cup of water in here, and then we'll turn on the power on the Ninja Foodie here. And I'm gonna put it back down, sear saute again. We'll hit the start button and let this warm up and incorporate it. And I think that 1 cup of water is going to do it just fine. But it's just starting to get just a little bit too stiff for when it cools off. And I think this right here is going to be really good, perfect right here. So when it starts, we'll be back. Okay, now it didn't take but a couple of minutes and it starts simmering up here. So now we'll get all this stirred up together here. And that looks a little bit better for me. Now if you open it up like that and it's a little bit too juicy, you know, you can just leave that sear saute button on for a while, you know, and just let it cook down a little bit. Maybe add a little flour to it or something like that. That'd be good. Now, okay, now that about does it for this video right here. Now this is my version of beef stroganoff, and to me it's the best stroganoff you're ever going to eat. So if you get a chance sometimes, try it and don't change a thing. Do it just exactly the way I did, and I think you're really going to be surprised. The only thing you can change is when you first start to put the butter and bouillon in there, just add one more cup than what I did. And that way you won't have to come back and add the water later on. But now that is good stuff right there. Case don't eat half the pot. And if I want any of it, I won't have to get in there and get it now. So, till next time, y'all have a real good and safe day. And thanks again for watching our videos. We sure do appreciate it. And so, till next time now, goodbye.